Noah, your wife is a liar and a manipulator. You have to choose, a wonderful mother or a useless wife, my mother-in-law said with a smirk, her voice filled with venom. Are you serious? You're trying to make my husband leave me, I shot back, shocked. But instead of answering, Noah just stayed silent. He turned and walked upstairs. Moments later, I heard the sound of suitcases being packed. A few minutes later, he called a moving truck. My mother-in-law smiled, thinking she had won, but she was about to get the shock of her life. Hi, I'm Kelly, 27 years old, and today, I have a story that will keep you hooked until the very end. It's about her, my mother-in-law. After hearing so many stories about difficult mothers-in-law, I thought, why not share mine? Get ready, this story has more twists than a soap opera. I'm a hardworking businesswoman and have been married to Noah for 2 years. We met in college when I was 20. Noah was like a real-life prince, kind, caring, and someone everyone adored. Meanwhile, I had a tougher background. My family never really supported me, even when I got into my dream university on a scholarship. They just doubted me instead of celebrating. To cover my expenses, I worked 2 jobs, barely had time to breathe, and had no social life. Then Noah came along. He was my safe space, my stress reliever, like finding free Wi-Fi when you have no data. Everything seemed perfect, except for one thing. His mother, Miranda. Noah's parents were divorced, but he had a good relationship with both of them. He once told me that some of his ex-girlfriends had issues with how close he was to his mom. I thought, she seems sweet, they must be overreacting. I was so wrong. At first, Miranda was the perfect mother-in-law, kind, welcoming, and supportive. But Noah's exes had warned me. One ex, Zoe, said Miranda embarrassed her in front of the whole family by criticizing her career. Another, Evelyn, said Miranda would show up uninvited, rearrange her furniture, and make rude comments about cleanliness. Still, I thought, maybe she'll like me. When Noah started working at his dad's business, he sent his mom money regularly. I admired his generosity. Then we moved in together. Noah insisted it was the best step for us. I was in my last year of college, and everything seemed fine until I met Miranda. I had already met his sister, who was lovely. At graduation, I met his parents. His dad, Rowan, hugged me warmly and was excited to meet me. Miranda? She barely spoke to me. She introduced me as Noah's friend and gave me a fake smile, like I didn't matter. I tried to be friendly and start a conversation, but she gave me short, cold answers. Then, in the middle of my story, she interrupted me and said, I thought you were just another of Noah's flings. He's like that, you know, but who knows, maybe you're different. I got the message, she didn't think I was important. But I didn't give up. I kept trying to build a relationship. Then one day, while adjusting the living room decor, she casually said, Noah is very impressionable, he's brought so many girls here, don't take it personally, but I don't get attached, it's only a matter of time before he moves on. Every word was filled with disdain. No matter how hard I tried, to her, I was just another girl in Noah's life. When we got home, Noah, excited and unaware of what had happened, asked, So, what do you think of my parents? I told him his dad was great and, in a neutral tone, said my conversation with his mom was fine. He smiled and didn't ask more. Over time, Noah started visiting Miranda more often and wanted me to go too. I always made excuses to stay home because I still felt uncomfortable around her. Then came the Christmas invitation. Miranda was hosting a big family gathering, and to my surprise, she invited me. Noah was thrilled, so I agreed, hoping this was her way of trying to be nice. I was completely wrong. At the party, Miranda ignored me as usual and made sarcastic remarks. Thankfully, I met Noah's grandmother, who was kind and full of compliments. I thanked her and mentioned how much Noah had helped boost my confidence in business. Before I could finish, Miranda interrupted, Oh dear, don't be so proud. Do you really think you'd be where you are without Noah's money? He's always been too generous. Her words stung. I calmly explained that Noah had only given me a small loan, which I had already paid back, but she wouldn't stop. Small or not everyone is that lucky. Honestly, it seems like your family realized that before you did. I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath me. I stepped onto the balcony to cry in silence. Noah found me soon after, upset. He apologized for his mom's behavior and promised to fix things. Even his grandmother comforted me with kind words that made me feel a little better. Inside, Miranda was shouting that I had ruined Christmas. Noah had enough. He went inside, confronted her for the first time, then came back to me. There won't be any more problems, he assured me. Reluctantly, I agreed to go back inside, but only for him. After that, Miranda became even worse. Noah did his best to keep the peace, but she wouldn't stop. Then one day, Natalie, Noah's sister, called me with shocking news. Miranda was the reason I didn't go to Lila's Christmas party. She's always favored Noah and acted like I didn't exist. I spent years trying to earn her love, but I finally realized it was useless. Her words made me think. How much could this toxic family dynamic affect my relationship? But I loved Noah too much to walk away. So when he surprised me with a marriage proposal, I said yes without hesitation. We announced our engagement to his family. Everyone was excited, except Miranda. She forced a smile, congratulated us quickly, and hung up. Minutes later, another of Noah's sisters, Naomi, called, furious. "Kelly, you won't believe this, Mom lost it." When Miranda found out about our engagement, she started spreading lies about me, trying to convince everyone that Noah should cancel it. Noah was shocked by her behavior and promised to protect me. Our engagement was at risk, but thankfully, most of the family supported us. Determined to fix things, Noah visited his mother daily, trying to make her understand how happy he was with me, but Miranda refused to listen. She accused him of abandoning her and being blinded by an opportunist. It was exhausting. One day, I told Noah honestly that his mother's actions were making me lose my excitement about our wedding. I needed him to take a stand. We agreed to reduce contact with her for a while. He didn't want to cut her off completely, but this was our compromise. Surprisingly, Miranda agreed to stay away, at least for now. But she wasn't done. As we planned our wedding, she kept telling people that I was a bad person and that Noah was making a huge mistake. Things got worse when she threatened to ruin the wedding. Then, she actually did something. One day, Miranda called our wedding venue, pretended to be me, and cancelled our reservation. The venue believed her, and we lost both the booking and the deposit. We tried to get our money back, but the venue said they could only refund us if we filed a fraud complaint against Miranda. Noah hesitated. He didn't want to take legal action against his mom, but I stood my ground. We lost our venue, and we lost a lot of money. This can't continue. After a long discussion, Noah agreed to pay for a new venue and confronted his mother. He also set up passwords for all our wedding plans to stop her from interfering again. His father, Rowan, felt bad for us and kindly paid for our wedding cake as a gift. We were so grateful, especially since we had just bought a house and our budget was tight. Finally, our wedding day arrived. As expected, Miranda showed up and sat in the front row. She cried dramatically the whole time, but no one paid attention. To prevent trouble, we even asked the priest to skip the part where people could object to our marriage. Despite everything, our wedding was beautiful. Later, Natalie told us that Miranda had planned to object but was furious when she realized she couldn't. At the reception, Miranda sat at the bar, crying and drinking like she was at a funeral. She even complained to Rowan, saying, "I'm in mourning, I lost my son, and you're acting like nothing happened." I was exhausted and felt like she had ruined my special day. Noah, embarrassed, kept apologizing. A few months later, we moved into our new house. Since we had lost money because of Miranda's sabotage, we couldn't afford a honeymoon or a housewarming party, but we were happy to have our own place and start our new life together. The peace didn't last long. One day, Noah came home from work and told me that Miranda had fallen down the stairs, sprained her ankle, and needed help. Without asking me, he invited her to stay with us until she recovered. I was furious, but I had no choice but to accept. We prepared the guest room while I tried to hide my frustration. As soon as Miranda arrived, she started crying and complaining. "I can't believe you abandoned me so quickly, Noah. This woman bewitched you. First, you paid for her business, then the wedding, and now you have a house together. Trust me, you'll be divorced soon." We both paid for the house together, but she kept going. "Women like her always deceive their husbands, you'll see." We ignored her toxic comments and got her settled, but, of course, she wasn't done yet. Miranda crossed her arms and sighed dramatically. "I should stay in the master bedroom. It's the least you can do for me, considering everything I've been through." I took a deep breath, forcing myself to stay calm. "The guest room is comfortable, Miranda. It has everything you need. We prefer to stay in our room." She shot me a contemptuous look. "This is absurd. After injuring me and tolerating you, Kelly, I deserve more consideration." Noah, clearly exhausted, ran a hand through his hair. "Mom, please understand. We're doing our best to help you. We just need you to cooperate." Then he turned to me, looking defeated. "Please, Kelly, let's just try to get through the next few days. I promise I'll fix everything soon." I sighed, feeling the weight of the situation and the tension in his voice. "Fine, Noah, let's do the best we can." But something felt off. Miranda wasn't acting like someone with a sprained ankle. When I mentioned it to Natalie, she quickly agreed. She's faked injuries before to get attention, she reminded me. Meanwhile, Miranda made my life miserable, demanding that I cook for her and pamper her, even though she knew I worked all day. In her mind, I did nothing. 2 days later, I caught her. I saw her calmly walking down the stairs, showing no signs of pain. My heart pounded as I checked the security cameras. There it was, clear evidence that she was faking it. I waited until Noah got home, then showed him the footage. He went silent, his face darkening. Without a word, he turned and marched straight to Miranda's room. "Mom, please explain this," he said, holding up his phone. Miranda's eyes flickered with panic before she burst into tears. "My ankle is still swollen. I take medication every day. You can't believe her." Noah exhaled sharply. "Mom, we saw you walking around when you thought no one was watching. There's no need to keep lying." Furious, Miranda jabbed a finger in my direction. "This woman is destroying our family. She's poisoned you against me. You love her more than your own mother." Noah's jaw tightened. "If you were really injured, you would have gone to the doctor. Where's your medical certificate, Mom?" Miranda gasped, as if deeply wounded, then clutched her chest, breathing heavily in an exaggerated show of distress. "You're breaking my heart, Noah. How could you turn on your own mother?" But Noah had had enough. "Mom, I love you, but this is unacceptable. I thought I could trust you. Why would you do this?" Miranda's face hardened, lifting her chin. She declared, "You have to choose, Noah, a wonderful mother or a useless wife. If you don't divorce her, you'll never see my face again." The silence was deafening. Noah stared at her, stunned. "Mom, you can't be serious. I love Kelly. I'm not divorcing her." Miranda scoffed. "She's after your money, Noah. She's trying to push me out of your life." Without another word, Noah turned and walked upstairs. Moments later, he returned, with her suitcases. His voice was firm, filled with quiet disappointment. "Mom, it's time for you to leave." Noah took a deep breath, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "I've watched how you treat Kelly. I stayed silent because I didn't want to lose you. I even asked Kelly to endure your behavior, hoping you'd change, but you didn't. You insulted my wife, tried to sabotage our wedding, and I kept believing you'd stop. I was wrong." Miranda's eyes welled with tears as she clutched her chest. "Noah, my son, everything I did was for your own good. Kelly isn't the right person for you. I just wanted to protect you." But Noah, his expression firm, shook his head. "Enough, Mom. Kelly has endured too much because of me. You attacked her character, insulted her background, and manipulated every situation to make her seem like the villain. I'm done. Take your suitcases and leave. Don't come back here." Miranda let out a desperate sob, grabbing onto Noah's arm. "Please, Noah, give me one more chance. I'll change. I'll do whatever it takes." Noah gently but firmly pulled away, his voice unwavering. "You've had too many chances. Kelly and I deserve peace and respect. Goodbye, Mom." With a final, tear-filled glare, Miranda stepped outside. The door clicked shut behind her, sealing the decision. Noah turned to me, his hands trembling, but his embrace was strong. With tears in his eyes, he whispered, "I'm so sorry, Kelly. I promise things will change. You are my priority now." In the following weeks, Noah followed through on that promise. He blocked Miranda on social media, cut off contact with anyone who justified her toxic behavior, and made it clear to the rest of his family where he stood. He was determined to protect our relationship and build a future free from manipulation. Rowan, Noah's father, couldn't hide his frustration. "Noah, how could you let this go on for so long? Miranda hurt Kelly again and again, and you did nothing. It's your responsibility to protect your wife." Natalie, his sister, was just as furious. "I warned you about Mom for years. You kept ignoring the truth while Kelly suffered. She didn't deserve this." Their words hit Noah hard, like a bucket of ice-cold reality. He finally saw just how deep his mother's control ran, how her narcissism had poisoned his relationships for years. Now, Noah is considering filing a restraining order against Miranda to make sure she stays out of our lives for good. It's not an easy decision, but it's one we know is necessary. We're determined to build a life without fear, one filled with love, trust, and mutual respect. Despite everything, we are happier than ever. We know that, together, we can face whatever challenges come our way. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support means the world to us.